One. All right, guys, we have James Oronoz here, and he's going to give us some packing tips and hacks. James, what are some, since you're a real estate agent for a long time, what are some tips and hacks you can kind of share with us?
Well, first of all, Brian, it's good to be back on here with you. I appreciate you inviting me.
Yes.
How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing excellent. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. It's going to be a great day with turkey and family.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Good food.
Yeah.
So we have been. We are going to talk about some packing tips and a couple of hacks, and would love some of your feedback too, Brian, as we go along. But I think anyone who's ever moved understands that moving is stressful. It's totally stressful. No matter if you have the best attitude in the world and you have the best helpers or assistants to help you move, it's pretty stressful.
Yeah.
But definitely want to, at least for me and my experience and tips that I've given clients or even used for our own family, me and my wife. My wife is very huge on list, crossing things out, checking them off. So definitely see the benefit of creating a moving checklist. And those, I mean, those can be several things. And we could talk about those. But I think first and foremost, you need to determine the day that you're going to move. And then if it's in the budget, if you're going to hire a moving company or you're going to invite, 6 to 10 of your best buds who really, really love you and care for you and aren't going to complain the whole time, to come help you move and have fun. Try to keep it light as possible, like have a good fun group, because again, it is stressful, but
yeah,
I would say that's probably the first one.
That truly is love when somebody helps you move.
Yeah, it's like going deeper in your relationship or something. You're like, whoa, I'm a moving buddy. Okay, it's like,
yeah, they actually care.
Yeah, that's special. I would say that the other thing too, as you're preparing for moving day, is you're setting out notices. You're setting out notices to notifying your friends, your family, your neighbors of your new address. Definitely want to go to the post office. You want to notify them that you no longer live at your old address, and you want to notify them to forward your mail to your new address. And you can do that at any post office. Actually, you can do it at the post office that delivers your mail. Go there. You're also going to want to notify your utility companies, right? So your electric company, your gas, cable, telephone, if you still have a hard landline. Also want to contact your water company, your trash company, let them know of a shut-off date. So say you're moving out on a Friday, say at the end of business day Friday, we want to shut off all these certain utilities. And then what you want to do is you want to notify the company where you're moving to, the utility company that you're moving to. You want to let them know that you want them turned on the day before. That way, when you're moving, it's like when you're moving, you want to make sure that those utilities are going to be on and you're not moving into a dark house.
Yes, the day before. That's good.
Day before. I mean, you want to have like running water too for the toilets and all that kind of stuff. So those are certainly things. And then I think importantly too is notifying credit card companies. You want them to have your new address, maybe your doctor's office, anyone, dentist, wherever you're receiving bills, you want them to be notified of your new address. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, that's so good. I have not moved in that capacity. I think when I moved, I didn't change any addresses or anything, but it wasn't very permanent. It was very, yeah. I like that. You were talking. I love this. You were talking about kind of the actual moving process. Mm-hmm. So like when you actually are packing, and I love this like tip you kind of gave. Can you talk about that with the labeling and stuff?
Yeah. So what we did, which was really helpful in our move, and because it was so helpful in our move, I'll pass that along to anyone. But what my wife did was she labeled the boxes: bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2, bedroom number 3, master bedroom, kitchen, living room on the boxes. And then at our new place where we were moving to, she put the paper and labeled the doors, bedroom number 1, 2, 3, and so on. And throughout the house, so anyone coming in with the box knows where to put the box. So it made it, I don't want to say seamless, but it certainly made it a lot more, it was more organized.
Yeah, like less chaotic of like people just putting boxes wherever. It's like, just put it, like, just fit it. Like it's that's how I usually move when I help people.
And I'm sure you're not alone.
Oh yeah.
I bet you a lot of people go about doing that, but we found that to be really helpful. It cuts down on your unpacking time because you're not looking for certain boxes. A lot of the times I've seen people just throw all their boxes in the garage. Is a very popular move. Yep. And then it's almost like moving twice because then you have to go into the garage, grab the box, take it to and you don't have any help. But on moving day, you have all this help. It makes it so much easier. It makes it kind of seamless, which we felt really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also talked about preparing a moving tote of essentials.
Yeah, moving tote. People are like, what the heck is a
what is that?
I equate it to carry-on luggage when you're going on a plane, right? So when you go on a plane, you're going on vacation, at least for me, I like to bring one set of clothing, a couple of essential toiletries, and like my necessary stuff like phone charger and whatnot. And the reason is because there have been cases where our luggage has been lost in the past. And so when we get to wherever our destination is, at least we know we're good for one day. So this is sort of the same thing when it comes to moving. Part of a moving tote might look like, again, an extra outfit. Maybe it's pajamas or your outfit for the next day. Certainly you want to pack flashlight, you want to pack an extra, like maybe batteries, maybe phone charger might be part of that. At least for us, we did pens, pencils, paper, scissors, tape. That way we're able to label things like we were talking about previously. I think one good thing to do is Bluetooth speaker, get some music, some tunes going, put that in there, put some snacks and some water, maybe some essential toiletries too, in case, you want to shower that day. I think, and you mentioned it, moving could be chaotic. I said it's stressful. And so you don't want to have to go look for your clothes. You have them right there in your moving tote. Maybe you have cleaning supplies in there too. And it could look different for everybody, but that's kind of what we've done. And it found that to be pretty helpful. And other people that I've passed this information on, they've found it to be helpful too. So I'm not the only one with the moving tote.
Yes. Yeah. And then you also talked about repurposing laundry baskets.
Yeah.
I love that.
It sounds funny when you say it, but I think moving baskets are laundry baskets. They're good size, and you can throw stuff in there, essentially serving as like replacing a box. You can also repurpose a suitcase, shove all a bunch of stuff in the suitcase, hamper. And I've seen other people do this, so I can't say that I've thought of this idea myself. I've seen other people do it. I got that idea from others we helped move, and I thought, hey, that's a great idea. It makes sense, and I think that's another helpful tip, at least that we've taken for ourselves.
Yeah, that's great. And then, so when you move, who is the one that's kind of in charge of like directing?
Easy. That's my wife.
There we go.
Hands down. So what we found helpful, and I think this will be helpful for a lot of people, is so we had my wife in the house when we were moving out, and she would say, okay, we're going to start with this room, take everything out, pack it on the truck. Someone else was on the truck and sorting stuff out on the truck, which was great. So she did that, and I call that the packing director. And then when we were already packed up in our house and we moved to where we were going next, she was the now packing director for going back into our new place. So she was able to dictate, oh, the bedrooms are upstairs, our living room's over here, or whatever. And I think that certainly helps. I think that makes it, a little bit more seamless. Instead of, again, just throwing everything in the garage and calling it a day. That's not going to be too helpful.
Right. I've seen that quite a bit. People,
you seen a packing director or the
garage with the stuff, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've seen that as well.
Yeah.
Funny.
Awesome. What's your experiences been like moving?
I hate moving.
Me too.
To be honest, I hate helping people move, but if I care about them and I really like them, then of course I'll make that effort. My family, close friends, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of moving. We've been in our house for 18 years, and I'm hoping we don't have to move anytime soon. What about you? You said you've only moved maybe once, or?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of moving. I've helped a lot of people move though. I've helped I've helped one brother move 3 times.
Ooh.
3 times.
There should only be a limit of 2 times, and then after that, it's like, sorry, man, you're not the same person twice.
They did hire some extra hands the last time though, so that was nice.
Okay. Pushing their luck, man. You got to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, they're happy where they're at now, though, so we're happy. We're happy for them. Oh man, let's talk about out of state. So like people who are moving out of state, like into California, or vice versa, people who are moving from California to, what are the popular places for Californians moving right now?
Oh man, Idaho for sure is always number one. Texas, Arizona. Lately, we've been hearing Tennessee, North Carolina as the popular hubs on the East Coast, which, great states. I wouldn't mind moving to Tennessee, maybe in the near future, maybe not so distant. But yeah, those 5 are probably the 5 most popular ones that we're hearing right now.
So we have some options for actually doing that, which are the pods and then the moving trucks. So can you kind of evaluate, like, in terms of maybe a pod versus like a moving truck, or what do people use pods for?
Yeah, great question. So, there's I think each person's circumstances are different. I think a good reason to use a moving truck is you're moving like the same day, right? So you're getting your stuff on a truck, you're following it. Maybe if it's North Carolina, it's a couple days till it gets there, maybe 4 or 5 days. And then your houses are all ready for you. They're there to drop off your stuff, and that's it. I think a good reason to use like the moving pods, which are very popular actually right now, because what happens is these moving pod companies, they'll drop off these big pods on your driveway, and you're able to pack those on your own time. And then when you're ready, they come and pick them up and they'll store them for you. So let's say, for instance, if you sold your house and you didn't close on your next house, that would be a great reason to use a moving pod, whether it's here in California or it's some out-of-state home that you're moving because of work or just because you want to. That would be a good reason to use those moving pods, because when you're ready, then they're going to load those up and ship them to wherever you're going to land next. So does that make sense? Those two?
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense with the pods. In terms of moving trucks, where have you seen clients or yourself kind of rent trucks from? Yeah.
Well, Home Pods is the number one that I've seen.
Home Pods, cool.
Yeah, and then Mayflower is a pretty popular trucking company, moving company. There's another route too. My brother did it when he moved to Chicago a couple years ago, probably about 7 or 8 years ago now. They just got a U-Haul truck and drove themselves. That's another option too. If you
they drove to Chicago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was that? I'm sure a lot of people, I mean, that's like half and half. Some people will just not do that. What was their experience like?
Well, yeah. Interesting because it was only him and his wife.
Okay.
And they were there for 2 years. He was getting his MBA. She was getting her nursing. And so they loaded up a U-Haul truck, sold their cars, and took the U-Haul truck up there, unloaded it. I don't know if they had any help, but they unloaded it and stood there for a couple of years, and then did the same thing on their way back.
Wow.
Same thing. But that's another option if hiring a moving company or doing home pods isn't in your budget. That's another great alternative as well.
Right. So they had more of the time to move, because that's a couple days journey.
Yeah, I think they took their time. They took them about a week to get to Chicago, and they just made stops along the way. They had an apartment already set up for them, so it was just, they got there, unloaded, and they were good to go.
Dang, that's so cool. That's like it's like an extended vacation with all your stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Or delaying the inevitable of having to move into a place. That's slowing it up.
Oh man, yeah, that's different. Okay, let's keep going. In terms of moving and stuff, are there anything else you can kind of share with people who are thinking about moving out of state or moving into California?
Well, it's interesting. A lot of people are moving out of California right now, and for various reasons. Definitely, you want to find a great realtor in whatever city you're thinking about moving next. Mm-hmm. You want to find a realtor in your own city who has a network of realtors around the country that they can hook you up with. That they'll take care of you. I belong to a networking group, real estate networking group, that I'm able to do that. I'm sure there's other realtors out there as well that can refer agents into whatever city you guys are considering moving to. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the times what I've encouraged people to do is go on vacation, maybe a 2-week extended vacation. And it's not really a vacation, it's really getting to know the area, maybe connecting with a realtor in that city, going to see homes. Mm-hmm. I think a good realtor is going to be able to explain whatever the market is happening, say it's Charlotte, North Carolina, or Boise, Idaho, or, some city, in Arizona, or, wherever, Texas, Dallas, yeah. Texas, or whatever. The more information I feel like anyone can get, I think the better for that person. And if you're able to experience that, I think getting an Airbnb and actually living in a neighborhood for that period of time, I think is a really good idea. I would certainly go that route if I was doing that. But there's a lot of things I think that people can do, and it's not, like I said, it's not going to be the same for everyone. It's going to be different for everyone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I do like the idea of living a little bit in, or visiting, before committing to moving somewhere for a long time, very long extended time. Yeah, that's so good. Cool. What are some tips so moving in terms of like specific cities you might be able to highlight around the area in the Southern California?
Some good cities to move to in Southern California?
Yeah. So if somebody's moving, coming into this area, what are some tips for certain cities you might be able to kind of like pros and cons and stuff?
Yeah, I think number one, if it's a younger family with young kids, schools are always a big deal for them. You can go on a bunch of different real estate sites, Trulia.com, Realtor.com, Zillow. They'll be able to give you the scores of the schools. Another big question is the area safe? And that would be my question too. If I was moving to a city or a county that I was unfamiliar with, I would want to know the same thing. So what's great about Trulia.com, Trulia.com, is if you're interested in a house or a neighborhood, what you can do is you can enter that address you'll see the address come up and you'll scroll down and they have the little crime box. And you click on that and they give you, I don't want to say live updates, but very recent updates of whatever crime happened in that area. Color coded. You'll see a little color code on there, and I think the darker the color, the more evil it is, or something like that. I have no idea. I forget. I haven't visited there for a long time, but I direct people to go to Trulia.com to check that out. I think that's really helpful. As realtors, we're not allowed to say if it's a safe city or not a safe city. That's things that we need to stay away from. So we're real careful with that. So my way, I don't want to say my way around it, but my way through it is basically just saying, hey, go to the site, check it out, just giving them information so they can do research on their own. It's very simple. I mean, they'll be able to understand that rather quickly. Right.
That's good. I love that. Like directing people, like here's where the info's at. Check it out.
Yep.
That's good. Cool. All right, James. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for taking the time to kind of share with us some of those tips and sharing us like your experiences on moving and stuff. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian.
Cool.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Cool. Till next time, guys. Yeah.